Hello, everyone. I'm Anja Groß, and I'm a partner manager for the DACH region in Pinterest. I'm joined here today with my colleague Khaled Halvani, who's a creative strategy lead. We're so excited to share our new Pinterest Predicts 2023 report with you today. Pinterest Predicts is a predictive look ahead into what we believe will be trending across home, beauty, fashion, food, well-being, parenting, travel design, and many more. We are in our 9th year in 2023. Our report offers nearly 30 trends. Today, we'll talk about our predictive trends that can help you get ahead of your competition this year. And we'll dive deep into just a few of our favorite trends this year. But before we dive into the details of the report itself, I want to spend a few minutes on why we think you should consider Pinterest for your media plans. Our mission is to bring everyone the inspiration to create a life they love. A visual discovery platform. Our users find things that they are interested in and they save it, create pins and boards for their favorite ideas. And Pinterest is different. We are all about giving people the inspiration to get actually offline and experience things in the real world. The journey from inspiration to realization, from idea to I did. And we enable this journey at scale. Over 445 million unique users globally come to us each month. And of those, more than 14 million are from Germany. If Pinterest was a country, it would surpass the United States as the third largest in the world. And people who use Pinterest have a fundamentally different mindset. They come for inspiration that could be a life moment, a new house or a baby, or a seasonal moment like back to school or the holidays. It could give even everyday moment like a dinner party or something new to watch on TV. What's special about our users are not just their demographics, but moments and interest. And in fact, it's all grounded in the future. It hasn't happened yet. This is very different from how people use other platforms. Here's an example. Other platforms will show you what someone has done or is doing right now. On Pinterest, they come to plan the party. They come to discover ideas and inspiration to ensure it's a success. The planning mindset of our users is what makes them so valuable. If brands show up in the right context, then their ad is the answer. This is a radical departure from the notion that online ads are interruptive, imprecise, and infuriating. Another crucial differentiator is Pinterest is a positive place on the internet. People don't come to talk politics or to take someone down. We've been working hard to reduce and ban misinformation on our platform, including weight loss ads and political ads, just to name a few. As a platform, we also introduced inclusive tools to allow users to search for inspiration by hair patterns or skin tone. Showing up in a more positive environment drives impact at every stage of the purchase funnel. 60% of our users agree that they are more likely to remember, trust, and purchase from brands in a more positive environment. Making these policy changes has led to an independent finding. We ranked the most trusted digital platform in the world according to Insider Intelligence. Why is this so important? Well, 3/4 of the respondents said that a platform protecting their privacy would be extremely or very impactful on their decision to engage with advertising there. Let that sink in for a second. And when people arrive positive and open-minded and more trustworthy of the platform, they ultimately buy and spend more. In fact, shoppers on Pinterest in Germany have 30% bigger baskets at the checkout compared to other platforms. That positivity plus contextual relevance, the planning mindset, the scale and the effectiveness, that combination of pinners and their plans is what makes Pinterest different. With that, let's get to the showcase of today, trends on Pinterest and our methodology behind this year's report. Before we reveal our predictions for 2023, let's take a moment to look behind the scenes at how we built this year's report, a blend of art and science. And if you've not already done so, this is a friendly reminder to visit our pinterestpredicts.com to go deeper on any of the trends that we'll be taking you through today. So do you remember 2020, the most chaotic and arguably most unpredictable year in the recent memory? That year, 80% of our predictions came true. Since then, for the past 3 years, we found that our predictions continue to be true 80% of the time, which is pretty remarkable. But in a way, it's sort of expected if you know how and the way people use Pinterest. People use it to plan what they want to gift, what they want to cook for dinner, where they want to go on vacation. It's a natural window into the future. And here is an example from last year. Parkitecture was a trend we predicted that will blow up in 2022. And judging by some of the headlines we saw from around the world, it's suffice to say that animal first home decor and architecture rose in prominence, driven mainly by millennials, Gen X, and boomer pet parents. But our accuracy and accountability isn't our only superpower. Our trends are meaningfully different to others. We partnered with a research agency, Black Swan Data, to compare how trends play out on Pinterest compared to the rest of the world. According to their findings, Pinterest trends not only start earlier than trends on other platforms, but they also grow faster. Our trends, well, they also last longer than trends anywhere else on the internet. That means people dig into these trends and make them their own over a longer period of time, giving brands that own those trends more opportunities to have an impact. And they dive deeper as well. This is truly unique to Pinterest, and let me explain why. Trends being able to dive deeper on Pinterest means that they can inspire across multiple categories. My favorite example is summer picnic. Anywhere else, a picnic is just an outdoor meal. But on Pinterest, it's a full-on aesthetic experience with a lot of details, including fashion and beauty. So really truly set the perfect outdoor meal. Keep an eye out for this during the rest of the presentation today, and you'll see what I mean. So many of the trends in the report reach far beyond a single category, giving brands more opportunities to drive meaningful and culturally relevant connections with consumers. And a little bit about the methodology behind our trends. In the first stage of the process, we start by setting rigorous volume and growth thresholds to sift through the billions of searches that take place every month. Unlike most trend research that just look at 1 year, we analyze over 2-year periods, capturing English language queries from all over the world. Over the past 3 years, we've developed a trend score that uses predictive modeling approach to help us pinpoint with even more confidence what's likely to trend in the future. We've also added visual analysis layer to evaluate the actual trend line to ensure that we are identifying trends as close to their inception as possible. After all, seeing is believing. To ensure that there is no bias that might skew data, such as seasonality, we work with normalized searches. This way, we see that what's really rising to the top of our platform, not just, for example, Christmas is trending because it's December. With that, let's take a look at the 27 trends that Pinterest predicts for 2023. This year's trends cover 11 categories, ranging from fashion to well-being, hobbies, and interests to home and more. Now, we won't be going through all of the predictions today, but you can find out more on our dedicated Pinterest Predicts website, pinterestpredicts.com, where you can filter and learn more about the trends via audience, brand values, and category. Let's take a look at the first of today's focus trends. Khaled, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Anya. And hi, everyone. I'm Khalid, and I'm a creative strategy lead here at Pinterest. I am super excited to zoom in on some of these trends with all of you. Taking it away, first up, we'll start with fashion. Meet our first fashion trend, airy styles. There's the obvious wordplay here between fashion and music as icons. In German, the trend is titled Luftige Looks. We predict 2023 fashion will be filled with lace, tulle, ruffles, and shimmer for everyone, as we've seen from the rising searches from Gen Z and millennials. After 2 years of trackies and loungewear, hands up if you're guilty during the pandemic, the focus is now on body-bearing silhouettes, which is a fashion-forward moment of empowerment. This trend is a gender-agnostic expression of femininity and strength. The search terms ruffle shirt for men and sheer pants outfit are just 2 examples of this tulle trend. It'll be time to trade in those combat boots for ethereal details. No matter how you identify, next year will be a femme for all. Now, here are some thought starters on how you can tap into airy styles, predict trend across multiple verticals. For instance, if you're a fashion brand, rethink style beyond gender norms, show your audience how ruffles, lace, and tulle styles can fit into any wardrobe. If you're a beauty brand, tap into shimmery and shiny beauty looks for all. And if you're a home brand, feature expressive home accessories like tulle pillows or multi-fabric furniture, or even better, shimmery table settings that blur gender lines. Done with the first one, let's go up to rom-com core. In German, we've titled this as rom-com looks. I'm sure you've all heard of the Y2K fashion has been trending for a while. That's why I'm rocking this Adidas top, just to kind of embrace the 2000s. Now, people are chasing more than an aesthetic. They want that main character energy that defined the movie industry in the 2000s. That means upgrading everyday moments and making small habits like trips to your local coffee spot, feel like a scene from your favorite rom-com. This year, Gen Z and millennials will romanticize their closets with slip dresses, tube tops, cargo pants, and claw clips. So get ready for a new kind of meet cute inspired by your favorite romantic comedies from the 2000s. For millennials, this might be nostalgic trend, but for Gen Z, it's not nostalgic. Who says that just because you didn't live through it, you can't live in it? Moving on to how we can see this materialized. Now, let's look at the thought starters. So if you're a fashion brand, build the ultimate rom-core look, mix and match clothing for a night out, or recreate that classic makeover montage. If you're an entertainment brand, spotlight the signature styles from classic rom-coms. And if you're a food and beverage brand, bring back bites and bevs from the 2000s era. The next category is celebrations. So in 2023, pool parties will be for the dogs. Meet the trend pool parties. In German, we've named it tierische Poolpartys. Gen X and baby boomers are turning their attention to their fur babies and substituting kid-oriented gatherings with pet parties. Nowadays, anything and everything is a good reason to celebrate the pet of the house. We're talking party invitations, party favors, party decorations. Gen X and baby boomers don't plan to hold back for their next pet pool party. Some thought starters on how you can tap into this 2023 trend. Well, if you're a celebrations brand, show your audience how to tie balloons together in the shape of a dog bone, or give ideas on what to put inside a pet party favor bag. If you're a fashion brand, provide fashion tips for owners to match their pet or finding the perfect print to complement their pet's color. If you're a food brand, offer ideas on pet-friendly recipes like pup cups and pupcakes. Next up is the YOLO years, die YOLO Jahre. which is one of the favorite trends of this year, my favorite. In 2023, Gen X and baby boomers will plan epic bashes for major milestones, from 100th birthday parties to the 50th anniversaries. And these parties are way bigger than bingo. Look no further than Jubilee cakes and thoughtfully decorated cookies. You know what they'll say: more years, more reasons to party. Now, on how you can tap into this trend, if you're a celebrations brand, share creative ways to celebrate anniversaries and birthday milestones with party decor to playlists. If you're a food and beverage brand, highlight both classic and modern drinks, or dishes like the top drinks of every decade to new classics. If you're a beauty brand, feature party-ready looks for any age. Include models at different age ranges to introduce a wider audience to new techniques. Moving on to our home category. Welcome to Hipstoric Home. In German, it's called Hipstorische Häuser. In 2023, people will find new ways to honor old things in their homes. These searches are helping people combine vintage, often inherited pieces with their modern styles. Thanks to the Gen X and baby boomers driving these trends, antiques have never looked so chic. Looking for ways to make their homes uniquely theirs, pinners are all over the world, rejecting mass-produced products and reimagining vintage and hand-me-down pieces. The result, soulful spaces that merge self-expression and historical nostalgia. So let's move on to some thought starters here as well. If you're a home brand, celebrate the creative side of home improvement, give tutorials on how to create eclectic spaces or upcycle old furniture. If you're a hobbies plus interests brand, share DIY spotlights and tutorials on how to give home accents a lived-in look to achieve those maximalist decor dreams. If you're a financial services brand, you can connect with homeowners to provide guidance around protecting their newly found investment pieces. Now over to Anya to take you through some of more of those trends.
Thanks, Khaled. Next up, food and beverage. Introducing free spirits or keine Frage der Prozente. Sometimes people want to drink, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they only want to drink a little bit. It's everyone's choice. Gen X will drive this trend, demanding mocktails, cocktails, and low alcohol options for all. Consumers are really embracing this new way of thinking about drinking, whether it's motivated by a hangover hatred or newfound love for tasty low ABV options. People are drinking on their own terms. They'll drink what they want and when they want. So how might this trend be brought to life? If you're a beverage brand, perhaps you could explore this or that series that lets people choose their preferred drinks and lead them to their recipes. Thinking beauty, why not talk to the potential benefits associated with free spirit trends? Let's take a look at an increasingly important and discussed category over the past few years, well-being. And one of the trends is primal movement. Fitness is getting back to basics in 2023. People will trade their screens for stretches and their desks for tricep dips. These primitive anti-tag workouts invite people to put down their phones and prioritize posture. Gen X and millennials are driving this trend with searches like primal movement and neck hump exercises jumping this coming year. With remote working here to stay, people are looking for simpler ways to combat tech neck. As people make their homes the permanent offices, we'll see an upswing in inclusive, adaptive, and everyday forms of movement. So looking at ways to bring this life for your brands. If fitness is your thing, get people moving with simple exercises that help them prioritize healthy movements. You're an apparel focus. How about showcasing the right gear to maximize comfort and movement? Play a part in office or home office setups. Get involved in the conversation, sharing simple exercises, even when sitting at your desk. So these are just a handful of themes that we uncovered. There is a ton more to discover at pinterestpredicts.com. We also invite you to scan this QR code that's on screen right now. The code will take you to Pinterest Predicts boards for 2023 on Pinterest Deutschland. There you will find curated boards for each predicts trend. Check out the pins related to those trends for your inspiration. We'll leave this on screen for a little bit so that you can scan it with your device. And now you're probably wondering how to start integrating these trends into your marketing plans. And don't worry, we've got you covered. Khaled will take you through some best practices and tips on how to get started.
So now that we have a taste of the trends for 2023, I'll share some ways you can activate on this program, as well as some best practices. First, I'll share a quick overview of how you can own a Pinterest Predicts 2023 trend. There are essentially two ways to own a Pinterest Predicts trend. You can either activate and exclusively own a trend with Predicts Trend Badge and a pin pack. This is in partnership with our production partner, the Online Studio, and includes subsidized production. So your creative will be customized and will meet all of our best practices. The second option is a plus up, where you can activate and own a trend with a creator. This will include net new creative developed in partnership with a Pinterest creator. If you'd like more information on how to lean into predict trends for 2023, please reach out to your Pinterest team for support. I'll go into some best practices next, but before doing so, I wanted to take a moment to share our success story with iRobot. This consumer tech company brought our 2022 trend, Barkitecture, which was all about how pampering your pets just isn't enough anymore. iRobot owned this trend by showing ads to pet parents on how to amp up their furry family members' living spaces with a Roomba vacuum. The pins from this full funnel campaign was a win for efficiency and earned CPMs 47% more efficient than industry benchmarks. 47%, that's significant. So owning a trend can really boost a brand ability to harness the interest and energy around it. But we've also worked hard to create tools for brands and advertisers to take advantage of the power of trends on Pinterest using the Trends tool. If you've not used it before, you should definitely check it out at trends.pinterest.com. The tool is available for 33 countries worldwide, and while it's a little different from Pinterest Predicts, which is more forward-looking, the Trends tool enables anyone to be their own trend spotter by looking at recent trend data on Pinterest. It contains industry-first features to help you plan campaigns. You won't find these features anywhere else, guaranteed. And now let's review 4 key considerations when building our Predicts campaigns, which will help you get the most optimal outcome for your campaigns. First, maximize your impact using multiple objectives in Ads Manager. Second, inspire your audience by using a combination of ad formats that we offer. Third, implement custom targeting to reach your desired audience. And lastly, always measure your campaign's effectiveness. I'll go into each of these in a bit more detail now. Running ads using a mix of multiple objectives helps capture incremental, unique reach on Pinterest, helping you maximize your investment. In our study, advertisers who added awareness campaigns to already existing consideration campaigns saw 52% higher unique reach. Likewise, when advertisers added consideration campaigns to their already existing awareness campaigns, they saw 17% higher unique reach. On the next slide, we'll take a look at our ad formats in action and share tips on which ads are optimal for multi-objective awareness and consideration campaigns. So when building your awareness campaigns, we recommend video ads first and foremost. So video ads are our autoplay video product that plays in feed while pinners are browsing and searching for ideas. Video ads comes in two sizes. We have the standard video ads, which is the same size as other pins. And then we have Max with video ads, which spans the 2-column feed and is designed for high impact awareness. Idea ads are our next ad format that offers an expansive canvas to bring your brand to life through inspiring video and image content. This full-screen immersive format is designed to take your audience from awareness to consideration. When setting up your consideration campaign, there are two different format types we recommend, depending on whether you have a single product or service or multiple products to promote. Collection ads are best for multiple products and services. A collection ad features a hero creative, followed by secondary creatives that show relevant products featured in the hero creative. The hero creative can be either a static image or a video. Standard ads are best for a single product or service. One of the top asks we get from pinners is to seamlessly connect them to actionable websites. Standard ads provide a fluid experience for pinners to connect directly with the content they're interested in, making it simple for them to discover and do. So moving on to the next slide, we finally talk about measurement. I know that actually proving value and impact to your business is so important. So we're matching the art and the science here. To understand the impact of your Predicts campaign, we recommend you consider a brand lift study. There are available to qualifying advertisers to meet minimum spend requirements. The study will ask Pinterest users who have seen your ad and users who have not, a series of questions. The survey is delivered via native in-app polling, and the incremental effect of the ads on brand metrics is determined from the delta between treatment and control groups. Again, if you're interested in hearing more about brand lift studies or any other measurement solutions, reach out to your Pinterest team. To summarize all this, here's a snapshot of our best practice guidance for you to reference back to as you start planning the Predicts campaigns on Pinterest. And of course, your Pinterest team is here to help you to put together a strategy to best hit and exceed your business goals. Now let's take it back home with Anya to wrap this up.
Thank you. Before we go, we are very excited to let you know that our online learning platform, Pinterest Academy, is relaunching soon. The one thing brands and agencies have told us over time is how people are starved for time to learn and gain experience on how to advertise on Pinterest. With the new Pinterest Academy, you can go and learn everything you need to run a successful campaign on Pinterest, all in one place, in your own time. It's coming later this quarter, and we'll send all of you a note once it's live so that you can check it out. With that, thank you so much. I know we dug into a number of trends today, but there is so many more waiting for you at pinterestpredicts.com. So please go and check them out. You will also receive a recording of this webinar via email, but if you have any questions, also feel free to reach out to your dedicated Pinterest team for more information. They will be more than happy to help. On behalf of Khaled and myself, thank you so much for joining today, and happy trend hunting, everyone.